If you could kindly just do a video for me. This is Halliburton Court. Okay, now I'm going to put you in the fence. Quick, before the fuzz show up. Oh, come on. Trying to get a video of Halliburton Court. Do you mind, please? Just do it. Not the ground. Your name's Justin?
Yes, correct. And
we ran into each other. We ran into each other at Halliburton Court. They came down to take a look at Treasure Island today. What'd you hear, Justin?
I heard about FEMA camps. I heard on the internet. They're actually here to house people that overpopulation is happening. People are just everywhere, and they got to eliminate the population.
You told me you heard this on Channel 2, KTVU.
Correct. And you can look it up it's on the internet. You look up FEMA camp, and then type Treasure Island, and it'll come up first thing. It'll show a YouTube video, and it'll have Channel 2 news right there.
And you think this was like about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I've heard it's been going on for a while. They've been looking for jobs and everything. They have it out there.
Jobs?
Yeah, jobs for FEMA camps and stuff.
Security.
For like security, because they're going to watch the guard towers. They're pretty much going to do like the same thing Hitler did.
And the Google Barge.
What's the Google Barge involvement in this? Do you want to explain that? What
that was used to transport people, they were saying, actually, the Google Barge. We just spoke to a captain over at the ocean research ship that's here, and he just says to transport people because it's very secret of what it's really used for. So that's what we heard today.
That was the real use of the Google Barge.
Exactly, yes. So he slipped up, and the other guy said, I don't know what it's used for. I don't remember, but the captain did tell us that today.
I never could have gotten that out of him, but he told this to you.
Yes, exactly. He asked who we're with and everything, and I said, we build brands and selling drinks, so he wasn't too concerned about us then. What we do for a job, we have aloe drinks and teas.
Oh, really?
He was concerned that we might be a journalist. I said, no worries, we're local, we're just browsing around, so we were able to get more info out of him that way.
So, good, I'm glad I heard it from you, because I sure wouldn't be able to get it from him with this camera. But if you'll take me down there,
definitely, yes.
Show me. I have been so busy covering this radiation chemical contaminants, and they also have mold, lead, and asbestos problems, because these buildings were all built for the military. All of these buildings here were built for military families in the 50s, and they're really old. And so there's this huge problem with mold in these buildings. And notice the roofs are all asbestos. People can get asbestosis, serious lung problems from that. And the fire, they had a fire station out here that was moldy. We might even be going by it in a minute.
I believe we are, yes.
You've seen that fire station? You're not talking about the fire training station. There's a little firehouse. It was, I think the number was 38, and they closed it down because the firefighters were having problems with mold, having respiratory problems and stuff. And it's right in this area someplace, right in this neighborhood. And so mold is a huge problem out here on the island right now. But worse than that, in my humble estimation, I promised these folks I'd tell them a story on the way.
That's right.
Worse than that are the chemical contaminants that the Navy just left all over the place. They had burn sites and where they just burned everything. and a bunch of chemicals, PCBs and volatile organic compounds and dioxin, and this place is just, the ground is just filled with these chemicals. Now, if you'll take a look at these yellow buildings over here, do you see the paint flaking off these buildings? That's all lead paint. That's all asbestos on the roofs, and they think they're going to redevelop this island and solve the problem of these old buildings because redevelopment's going to come in and turn it into a. See, it's all run down over here. All these old buildings.
Yeah.
Because they think they're just going to raise these buildings. They think they're going to redevelop this island and create a condo little city out of it, and they're going to have 18,000 people in here. Everyone thinks they're going to redevelop it.
And this is Hangar 3, and this was on the news, and they're really secure. They don't want to give any information really what it's for. Security's there now, yes. And they said if you take a picture or record it, that your equipment will be taken and destroyed completely. There's even a sign that says it, yes. Once the doors open, it'll say that. We spoke to the guy at the sailing school, and he gave us more information. We talked to security here.
Well, then let me do all my filming from the inside of your car. Where did you encounter this guy?
Just earlier, he was actually walking out, going to lunch. So we
where?
Talked about half an hour ago. So he's heading there right now, Justin.
We're gonna go where you were talking to this guy?
Yes, it was right at the fence. We were just standing there, and they thought that we were, with some crew in there. And they thought we were like friends of theirs, and we said, "Oh no, we're just looking and wondering what this ship's all about. What's going on?"
So that ship, the one with the big knob on it, is that the ship you were looking at?
Exactly, the white one there. Yes.
And what did he tell you about that ship?
He's
did he tell you anything?
Oceanographer.
Yeah, doing research. For the ocean, but then we asked him about the Google Barge, and he said, "Oh yeah, we just stepped off of it." He's like, "Oh, that left a while ago." And I said, "Well, what is it used for? Do you know?" Because they've been very hush-hush about it lately.
Yeah.
And transport people is exactly what he said.
So what was it that he told you about the FEMA camps and stuff? This is really outlandish stuff.
Yeah, they were saying that it's going on in the South, and they're practicing martial law right now. So he said, "Oh yeah, in the South, there's a lot of area where they can house people, but here in the Bay Area, it's a little tight." So we're thinking maybe it's a floating FEMA camp, the Google Barge, possibly. There's been a lot of talk about that.
The thing about the Google Barge you saw on the news, though.
Yes,
exactly,
correct. We got it on the phone right now. We could look it up for you.
Definitely, because I'm a little confused. They're going to use Treasure Island. Could you run that by me again, Justin?
They're all over the whole world, though.
I know that, but how are they going to specifically use Treasure Island? What's the plan?
I think it's because it's less populated out here.
No. What are they going to actually do? What did you hear?
They're going to house the people.
Which people?
Us citizens, civilians.
Us.
Yes.
And are they going to snatch us off the streets, or are we going to go willingly?
Actually, they're supposed to come at night, and it's supposed to be really late in the night. And they're supposed to come in unannounced, and you're supposed to have like a sticker on your mailbox. You should have something. If a red sticker's on your mailbox, that means you're done.
What?
No, it means you're bad, and you pretty much are offed. You go in the gas chamber immediately, or
so who puts the sticker on? Who puts the sticker on your mailbox or whatever? Who puts the sticker?
It's the government.
The government. Yeah.
So what?
The city people.
Did you see this on the news?
Actually, yes.
A little bit about it. They didn't say all of it, but yes, I'll look it up here.
So did they, on the news on Channel 2, did they say the stuff about the stickers?
They actually didn't say nothing about the stickers. I found that out online. The internet, yes.
Yeah. So you're kind of going into a little bit more of what you think is going to happen that you learned from the internet.
Yes, correct. But we heard that the dollar is supposed to drop on the 1st of
what?
July.
Oh.
So
2014?
So it's economic collapse.
So economic collapse, which causes a martial law.
Yeah, big crisis in Ukraine too.
Crisis.
So it's supposed to set off red flags, and then martial law is supposed to come into effect, where they take away all our civil rights. They take away
all of our cars, our houses, everything.
The government takes these things from us?
Correct.
And I actually heard the depression or the drop wasn't going to happen until 2016. Now they've upped it to a month and a half from now. That's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Here's the news. I can show you here.
Good.
Channel 2 News.
Let me actually
This was the scene 3 weeks ago between Treasure Island's Hangar 3 and its large pier.
Hangar 3 is over here.
Modified sea containers. The cordoned-off area has many guards, roving security patrols, and even an elevated guard tower. This is today. Many more containers, many now shrink-wrapped, spread over a much larger area with more room fenced off and cleared, ready to be filled. But nobody, and I mean nobody,